this is Shelley from Koala Knits and Knacks. So happy you joined me today. We are going to make this beautiful, beautiful lace beanie. Now, the thing that I love about this beanie the most, of course, is the lace pattern that I've just learned how to do, and I'm going to teach it to you. I just posted a video with this same pattern the other day on a head warmer, ear warmer, and you're going to want to check that one out too, but it was so popular I thought I better do a beanie as well, so you can make that too. And so I used Lion Brand Heartland yarn, and I have to keep the things close to me because I keep forgetting the names. This is Canyonlands, and then there's a color underneath that's called Rocky Mountains. It's like an emerald green, and I'm going to show you the other side in a minute, but I intentionally put a second color underneath because when you're wearing it, I don't know if you can see it in camera, but when you're wearing it, you see a hint of the emerald green in the lace, in between the lace patterning there, and it just looks so rich and beautiful, and I love it. And so join me. I used my 48 needle Sentro, but you can use your 46 needle Addi. If you want to make this for a child's size head, you could use the 40 needle Sentro as well. And we're going to make this beautiful, beautiful beanie. But I'm going to do a magic trick and be right back and show you the other side. Okay, here it is. No lace pattern on this side. This is just your basic knitting. So two completely different beanies. You'll notice I put the pom-pom back on, so it's a removable pom-pom. I show you how I do that near the end of the video, where you can order the little Pom-kins that I use to make them a removable pom-pom. I have that in the description box below. So I love this side too. It's just so much different. So you got two very different beanies, but I'm not done. I'll be right back. Let's take the pom-pom off. There it is. It's off, and it's got that beautiful removable pom-kin on the bottom. And let's make it a slouchy beanie with no pom-pom. That's one side, and you see the beautiful lace detailing around the brim. So this is another look, and one more. Okay, and here's the slouchy beanie on the other side without the pom-pom. You can add the pom-pom to either. So you've got so many options. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I mentioned I do this part last for the editing, and I mentioned in my video that I'm going to keep this one for myself, but I'm going to give it away. I'm going to make another one for myself. So go ahead, make a bunch of these, give them as gifts, and you're going to be people's best friends because it is that beautiful. Okay, and enjoy your day. But let's get our supplies and get started. But before you do that, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And you know that underneath my video, you see that PayPal link too. Of course, my videos are always brought to you for free. I have much joy and pleasure in being part of this community with you. But if you want to support my channel in that way, you can go ahead and click on that link. And that's appreciated too. So thank you so much, my friends, for joining me, and we'll see you in the next clip. Okay, friends, if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm going to use my 48 needle Sentro. I have started using it a little bit more. I have the 46 needle Addi as well, but I just thought I don't nearly use this enough, and I love it too. So you can do this pattern on your 46 needle Addi if that's what you prefer, or you can join me and do it on the 48 needle Sentro. We're going to cast on with our inside color of our beanie, okay? And we're going to, I use this white needle as my first needle. It's the last needle when the number, like it's got number 48 on it, but I use it as my first, and then I take a black permanent marker and I mark the divider that's between that last pink and that first white, because I just like it as the first. It's a good marker for me, okay? So we're going to take our inside color and we're going to cast on behind and in front, back and forth on every needle until we get all the way around. Okay. My handle is squeaky. And there we go. I'm in front of that last needle into my yarn feeder. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to crank out 50 rows, okay? Just 50 straight rows of the same exact color. Now, I have the counters coming in the mail. I'm so excited about it. The purple counters with the magnets. They're not here yet. They'll be here at the beginning of January, but I ordered one for each of my Sentros, and I can't wait. So I am going to continue knitting. I also got to fix this little mat that's on the inside there. And I'm going to continue knitting until I have 50 rows. using my Susan Bates handheld counter to count after every 5 rows so I don't get mixed up. This is 3, I think. I have to go back and rewind the video to see. And this is 4. And 5. Okay. So I go ahead and mark my counter. If you have a center with no counter on it too, then maybe you want to do like what I'm doing. I mark every 5 rows, okay? And I'm going to keep going until I get 50 rows, and then I'll see you back. Okay, we're at 50 rows finished, and it's beautiful. I'm going to cut a tail. Doesn't have to be a long one. I'm going to put it between that last pink and that first white. I'm going to take my second color, if I can find the end successfully, in this new ball. This new ball that is the Canyonlands color. Oh, I love their names. They're so beautiful. Okay, now just get me the end here, people. Got it. Very, very rarely do I have trouble with yarn knots in the middle of a ball, especially in this yarn, but this time there was one. But I've got it all untangled and we're ready to go. We're going to pop our new color into our yarn guide, and then we're going to swing it behind that last pink one because we're going to do a jogless join. So they're crossed over behind that needle. Let me do that again. I'm going to put it in between the last pink and the first white where my other yarn tail is. Then I'm going to just swing it back around this other needle, okay? And we're going to just let that fall into the center. We're going to fix it when we have our project off the machine. Actually, now what we have to do is take this out of the yarn feeder because we're going to start with our lace stitch. So we're going to put our first 2 niches in front of needles in front of our oh my goodness, I hope this video is not going to be a tongue-tied video like what I'm experiencing right now. I was shopping this morning and I guess I haven't had enough coffee, but anyways, put up your first 2 needles. So they're in front of the yarn feeder. You're going to take your yarn. It's best that you can't do this while it's in the yarn guide. You have to take it out for this row. We're going to do our lace row, okay? So you're going to go behind those needles, in front of those needles, then back behind. So you're doing a circle. Okay, but you're not going to put lots of tension on it. You're going to keep it nice and loose tension, okay? You're going to move those needles ahead until the next 2 come up, okay? So these are the 2 we worked. These are the next 2. We're going to go in front, behind, and in front, just like that. We're going to take the next 2. In front, behind, and in front. Very soft motion, okay? I'm not putting any pressure on it. Get the next 2 up, in front, behind, in front, the next 2. This is lace. We have to be delicate. In front, behind, and in front. And the next 2, and you're seeing the picture here, the patterning, okay? And we're going to do that all the way around. You're going to reset your counter because this is going to be row 1, okay? Well, row 1 of a 5-row pattern. Repeat. So, next 2. Just like this. Aren't these colors like gorgeous together? And you're going to continue, my friends, doing the same exact easy motion until we get to the end. And when you get to the end, I will see you back. Have I said lately how much I love my Sentros? There's always a debate out there, and I join, you know, when people ask about which is better, I always give my honest opinion too, and I say the Addis are a way better structured machine. They don't feel as plasticky and as cheap. But having said that, I still love my Sentros. There's positives about them as well. Like they are very gentle machine. Like they're quiet, and I feel they feel smoother to me. So you know, you just have to, whatever you can afford, you go with and enjoy it because they're all good. I mean, they get the job done and make beautiful projects. So here we go. I said I will see you back, and I just talked my way through it. And we're almost at the end here, okay? Here's my last 2 needles. I'm going to E-wrap them, just like that. And we're going to move that ahead till our black divider is in the front of our yarn feeder. We're going to put our yarn into there again. I'm going to mark row 1, okay? because row 1 is our lace row. Now we're going to do 4 rows of regular knitting. Go slow on this first one. You want to make sure that those needles are picking up that yarn and that loop is dropping down over those pink teeth. We've done a different stitch on row 1, so you want to make sure that it's catching. Okay, so I'm going to go slow for this first round. I'm going to go slow all of the rounds because I find that if I go at an even slower tension, my work is always much neater. Okay, don't be in such a rush to get your projects done. This is 2. These machines work best when you find the right tension. This is 3, the right yarn and the right speed. This is 3. And this is the 4th row of just basic knitting. Okay, so I'm going to mark those 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings me to 5. Usually I do it after every row, and I will once I get off camera. After every row that I knit, I'm going to mark it because, let's face it, sometimes we forget, right? And I do. Take this out. Take your yarn tail out. That was our 5 row repeat. We did 1 lace row and 4 single rows, okay? 4 straight rows of knitting. Now we're going to do another row of lace. So bring up your first 2 needles, E-wrap around the first 2, just like that. E-wrap around the next 2, and the next 2 all the way around. This time I'm going to let you go, and when you get back, I'll see you back and I'll give you further instructions. All right, so you finished your lace round again. We're going to pop that into the center and we're going to knit 4 rows. And 4. I'm going to make sure that that black divider is in the front of my yarn guide there. My last pink, my first white are up. So I've done 2 sets of 5 rows. So we did lace, 4 rows of knitting, lace, 4 rows of knitting. We're going to do that 2 more times. So you're going to now go a lace row and then 4 rows of straight knitting, 1 more lace and 4 rows of straight knitting. Okay, so I'm going to start this lace row with you again. I'm going to bring up the first 2. We're going to E-wrap them, front, back, front. Bring up the next 2, front, back, front, and the next 2. So this is coming off of this needle, and when you bring up the next 2, it's coming off of this needle. There's this needle in between, and then this one and this one. So there's 3 needles, and you might think, oh man, I missed something, but it's not. It's got to do a long stretch. That's how we get our lace. Okay, so the next 2, it's coming off of this one. We're missing this one, and we're missing this one. We're going around that one. Just like that. Okay, so continue around, do this lace row, then do 4 more rows of straight knitting, then do 1 more row of lace and 4 more rows of straight knitting. Okay, and then we have repeated the pattern 4 times for 20 rows. Okay, so keep going, friends, and when you get this done twice, so again, you're finishing this row of lace and you're knitting 4 rows. Then you're doing 1 more row of lace and you're knitting 4 rows after that. And then I will see you back. Have fun. Into the yarn feeder and knit 4 rows. This is 2. 3. And 4. I'm going to repeat that patterning one more time, but before I do that, I need to roll this up into a donut because it's starting to touch the table. And when we roll it up into a donut, it keeps the tension even around the barrel here and helps you to prevent tucked stitches, okay? Look at how beautiful that is. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna bring those first two needles up and we're gonna E-wrap. All right, so go ahead, E-wrap one more row, then knit 4 rows. And I'll see you back. All right, so how beautiful is this looking? You can see the lace pattern forming, just gorgeous, okay? So half of our beanie is now done. From this point, we are going to, so we've done for the patterning of 5 rows 4 times, okay? Now we are going to knit 20 rows. Just straight knit 20 rows. This is the second half of our brim. This is 3. I better mark that, and I'm going to keep going till I get 20 rows. All right, friends, this is stunning. Like absolutely stunning. Okay, we just finished our 20 rows of plain knit. Now we're going to do our patterning again, our 5-row repeat. So we're going to knit 4. Let's start that again. So 1, I'll do it with you this time just to start off. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and from there, we're going to do 1 row of lace. Take your yarn out of your yarn guide, bring up your first 2 needles, and E-wrap them. And go to the next 2, and E-wrap. Okay, you're going to do this all the way around, and you're going to repeat this process. So the 5-row repeat, you're going to do it 9 times. So make sure you get a tally sheet and mark it off. You're going to do 4 rows of straight knit, 1 row of lace, 9 times for 45 rows, okay? So I don't have to do that with you because we've done it several times already. So I want you to continue on. This is row 5 of my first 5-row repeat, okay? Then I'm going to do it 8 more times. So 9 times in total, doing 4 rows of plain knit, 1 row of E-wrap, and I'll see you when you get done. Okay, so how did it go, my friends? Isn't it like beautiful? Oh, just loving it. Okay, so now we finished 9 rows of the pattern repeat. Now I hope that didn't mess you up because in the beginning we started with lace as the first row and then 4 rows of knit. This time we started with 4 rows of knit and the lace. That was just so that I could do the break from the 20 after the 20 for the second part of the brim into the next part. But it really doesn't matter because we're going to end with 5 rows now. So now that you've done 4 rows of straight knit and 1 row of lace, 9 times for 45 rows, we're now going to knit 5 rows. That's 1. This is 2. 3. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous project. You can look for the headband on my channel if you haven't seen it already. It's done in the same lace pattern and you're gonna love that as well. This is 4 and 5. Okay, I see that black divider coming around. I'm going to put it in the middle of my yarn guide. I'm going to cut off enough of my tail to wrap around my machine 1.5 times at least, okay? Now I don't have to measure it because I've done it enough times that I just can figure it out. I'm going to grab my needle. Bear with me as I reach back here to get the needle. Got to get one that actually fits between these tines because these are narrower than the Addi. Okay, and we're going to thread our needle, put our yarn tail in the middle, making sure that it goes between the last pink and the first white, okay, or your last and your first needle. We're going to go ahead And we're going to cast off by rotating our barrel till those needles drop down and these stitches become loose, okay? And we're going to take just one off at a time until we can get some slack on the end. Being very careful that when you're pulling up on this one, that this next stitch that's loose does not fall off the needle, okay? You can prevent that by putting your needle underneath and then putting your finger over the next one. I'll show you, just like this, and pulling it through, and then you won't risk dropping your row, okay? Then we're going to just pick up several. Once there's a little bit of slack on the back, then we can go ahead, okay? And we're going to release all 48 needles and pick up all 48 stitches, just like this, holding them on your needle with your thumb and pulling them off. Now, friends, if you are watching this video and you do not have a machine yet, because I know several people comment sometimes that I love your videos, but I don't have a machine yet. Do you know what? Go ahead and get the Sentro first. If you're unsure, get the 48 needle Sentro and spend the money on the 22 needle Addi to go with it. Because you really, to broaden your world, you need to have either a 46 and a 22 or a 48 and a 22. I would say start with this one if you're considering it, but it's just too expensive for you, and put the extra money into the 22 needle Addi, because from all the reviews that I have heard, the Sentro 22 needle machine isn't that great of a machine. And so go ahead and get the Addi 22 if you can, and pair it with this 48. Anything that we make on the 46 needle Addi machine, you can follow the exact same pattern and make it on the 48 needle. Okay, so I've got them all released. I'm going to go ahead and move my machine, and I'll see you right back. All right, friends, so I have my project off the machine. I'm so excited to unroll this one. Okay, and look at that. Like, oh, just so beautiful. Okay, we're going to unroll it all the way down. We see that little green, and I purposefully did that, of course. I didn't just run out of gold yarn. I want to see this peeking through the lace. I think that it's going to just be absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to stretch it widthwise and lengthwise. And of course it can be reversible too. We're going to add a pom-pom on it. And we're going to, you can use, this could be beautiful without a pom-pom, but I think just the beauty of this one warrants a faux fur pom-pom. I just can picture it. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a removable one. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm using this little thing that I have here. This is a little Pom-kins that you attach a pom-pom to, and then you can remove it and switch it to the other side. And then this is just the Pom-kin guide so that you know how wide to leave the hole. I'm going to put a link in the description box below the video that tells you where you can order those from, Pom-kins.com. Okay, friends, this is just a little insert video, TV bloopers, YouTube bloopers. I knit just a small little panel here, just to show you, because I forgot to tie my ends before we closed up this beanie. So because there's lace here, I was able to pull out the yarn tails, and all I'm going to do is, I'm not taking this hat apart. I'm grateful for these little lace parts because this is so easy to do. I'm going to just tie that knot. I'm going to take this and put it up into there, and I'm going to snip it off and then be done with it. But I want to show you what you have to do. So I made a little sample piece here. It's getting close to Christmas, and I realize I need to put my machines away for a while because I've been working really hard for you guys in this last little while, and getting out as many patterns as I can for you, but I'm starting to forget because I'm tired. Okay, so anyways, before you close up your ends, you're going to turn your piece inside out, and you're going to take these two tails, a jogless join. Because you got the lace there, you're not going to notice the difference anyways in the jogless join. So basically we could have tied it on the machine, but we're going to just pull on those two just like that, just to tighten them up a little bit. Then we're going to tie a knot. Now this is, pretend that this is your whole big piece that you have turned inside out, okay? Then you're going to tie a knot, just like that. You're going to cut it off. Then you're going to turn your piece so that's the right side's facing out, like that. And we're going to continue on with the rest of the video. So yes, welcome to my real world. And I'm going to just take one side here. Let's go with this side. Okay. We're going to stick this little gadget in there, and we're going to pull tight. Okay. Just around it. We need to have that space opening so that we have a big enough, we have room for our Pom-kins to be inserted into that little hole when we bend it in half, okay? And it can be easily removed. So it's just a cute little gadget that makes a huge difference, okay? It helps you. So we're going to thread our needle. We're going to take this end, and we're going to go around, and we're going to reinforce that top row of stitches. So we're just going to take your needle. Am I in the camera here? Yes, I am. You're going to go around that top row of stitches, just like that. Pull it tight, and continue your merry way around. Okay? Just like that. And you know what? I've heard people ask in comments, etc., or in my Facebook group, when you don't want to wear a pom-pom, does the hole look too big and conspicuous and not nice? And I'm telling you, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't tell you something that I honestly don't believe. And I'm telling you that it does not look bad. It looks great. Nobody will even notice, okay? So we're going to continue around, and I like to reinforce it twice. Just like that. Pull tight, and I'm going to go around just a little tiny bit more. I just feel I should. Okay? Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie a little knot. Grab a couple of the strands there. Tie a simple knot. Push that down with my thumb. That knot down with my thumbnail. It works just like that. I'm going to tie another little tiny knot. Well, tiny. It makes its own size. Okay, just like that. And that's secure. You can remove this little gadget that helps you have your hole there. See? And you've got a perfect size hole there so that when you put your pumpkin in, I'll just show you how it works without the pom-pom on there. You squeeze it, and then it goes right inside there. And once it's hard to squeeze because it pops back out like this, and that's what keeps it inside the beanie. These are like brilliant. I think they're absolutely brilliant, and I use them all the time. I love them. I give credit to Renda, who is in my Facebook group as well, who sent me some, and I use them all the time. So I promote them because I think that they're brilliant. So we're going to go ahead and keep that yarn tail on your needle, and you're going to poke it through that hole. Put your hand in there. You're going to grab the needle and the end like that, and you're going to pull it through. Okay? Put your beanie in half. Pull that out. Being careful that you don't string it through the lace part. Easy to do. Then you're going to just tighten this other end, okay? Same way we did the first end. Gonna smooth out that edge. Pull on it. Put your little gadget in there. And you're going to sew around it just like so, okay? All right, so go ahead. Put your yarn tail on your needle. I'm going to cut mine because it's way too long, getting in the way. And we're going to leave this tail out because we're going to pull that up in a bit. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to cinch this around our little pumpkin measurer thing. There's a name for it, but I don't know what it is offhand. So you'll have to look on the Pom-kins.com site. Okay. And we're going to tighten this. When you order Pom-kins, this comes with it. You'll get one in your package when you order your Pom-kins. So just so you know. And we're going to, and don't be hung up on the color of the Pom-kins if you get them. My other ones are bright orange. Well, not a bright orange, like they're this color. But they're the inside, and it really doesn't matter. People are going to think they're genius because they can take the pom-pom off easily themselves and put it back on the other way if they want to wear their hat reversible. And they're not going to care about the color of the pumpkin. Okay, we're going to go around there. And I say that only because I know that they can come in different colors depending on what's available for this, okay? Now I'm going to put a knot in that one, just like that. Push that down with my thumb. Put another knot. I can remove this little thing, okay? Then you're gonna grab the one that's on the inside and pull it up, okay? You're gonna take both of these strands. Might wanna cut them off to make them shorter. It makes it easier to work with. And you're going to tie them together so that inside layer comes up right tight to the outside layer, okay? And tie a knot. I'm gonna put my hand in there. I'm gonna make sure that it was up top. Yep, it is nice and close to the top. You're gonna tie a knot, and I tie 3. Put them back on your needle. And you're gonna hide your work. So go as close to the edge there as you can, and then get it underneath the 2 layers. In between the 2 layers, okay? Then you can pull it up, cut it off, and I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit again by putting my hands in there. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. This is a slouchy beanie if you wear it like that, okay? Or if you want it this way, you're gonna roll it up, and we've made it so that it's smooth on this side. Isn't that beautiful? That's the inside, okay? No lacing on this one. Or when you put it the other way, and you roll this up, we've got a beautiful, beautiful lace beanie. Oh, I just love it. I wanted the brim to be the same color. I just think it looks so elegant, okay? Just so, so gorgeous. So there you go. Let's grab our pom-pom, and I'll see you back in a second. Okay, I've chosen my pom-pom, and friends, I know I'm gonna get comments underneath the video saying, what size of pom-pom is that? I can't tell you. I ordered them off of Amazon, and I get them in big packages, and I really don't know. But the reason why it looks so beautiful is because I blow dry it for 10 seconds. If you don't blow dry your pom-poms, you need to, because they look beautiful. But this one has this gold color. You can see it in there with tips of black. Oh, it's the perfect, perfect one. And so I can't give this hat away. I have to keep it. It's just like so beautiful. That's not good. You're supposed to want to give the beautiful things away too. But you're going to put your pumpkin in there, and you're going to twist it around twice, just like that. So you have 2 loops over the center of your pumpkin. You're going to fold that in half, pinch it in half the best you can, getting those fibers out of the way, okay? You're going to pinch it like that, and trust me, it's a little tricky to hold, but that's a good thing. You're going to pop it into that little hole that you made, okay? I find it, if I put it upside down, I have an easier time, okay? And then I'm going to, look at that. It snaps out just like that, stays in place. It's not going nowhere. And who cares what color it is? I actually quite like that. I think it's fancy. And then you've got your beautiful, beautiful, most gorgeous beanie I think I've ever made. Like seriously, I said that when I made the ear warmers too, but I think it's just so absolutely gorgeous. I tugged on that with my nail. That's why it went like that, but that's okay. And isn't that like just fabulous? And you can roll it down like that, wear it as a slouchy beanie because we made this solid in here, and that looks like a brim too. And then you've got yourself a slouchy beanie. And if this happens with you, and don't think, oh, now all my hats are going to be snagging. No, they won't. I mean, they might a little bit, but it's lace. That's what happens. So don't sweat it. Just fix it. And it's because I caught my nail on it. And I didn't fix it. And I should have. I was just too excited to show you this pom-pom. Beautiful. Okay. And so then to take it out, you squeeze it, you pull it out, you put it on the other side. Okay. And you've got a reversible beanie that's absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? I forgot to show you. The underside, when it's on, can you see that green in the camera? Like, that makes it look so gorgeous. To see that green popping through, it's just very subtle hints of the green, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love. I'm in love, even if I do say so myself. Thanks again, Myra, for sharing your brilliance with us when it comes to the stitches. Myra's in my Facebook group, and she showed us this pattern, and I asked for her well wishes on making a video, and she said, go ahead, absolutely. So thanks again, Myra. You're a doll. Okay, my friends, there it is. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial and that you make many, many more in the future. Take care and have the most wonderful day ever. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and the link to my Facebook group will be down below. Take care, friends. Appreciate you all.